we doing? Am I in frame? I seem like I'm in frame enough, right? Anyways, what up? I'm gonna make sure we're live on all platforms. Make sure I can see the chat. It looks like we're all good to go. How have you guys been doing? We've been not going as live as often. Definitely need to be going live more often. No excuses. I actually tried to go live on Friday. And it was supposed to be like a fishing live stream, but I couldn't get it going. Maybe I'll try that tomorrow morning because I'm gonna go fishing tomorrow morning. Get my I've been using fishing this summer as like a way to get like my second workout in, and it's just a ridiculous amount of sweating in the heat and walking for 3 or 4 hours in the morning time. But it's helping a lot, man. It's helping a lot with the cut. And so, anyways, I want to go ahead and jump into what we're going to be talking about today. I will be trying to go live with you guys later this week. A lot of that will be on the TikTok, so make sure you guys are following me over on TikTok. I'm going to try and get it set up to where I can go live on all platforms all at once, but it's just been a little bit crazy on trying to get that set up. But we'll play around with it. It's just like a lot of times when I'm doing that, I'm like sitting there like trying to deal with all kinds of other crap. But I need to go live with you guys more. But today I wanted to, on Mondays, I like to go ahead and do a live stream where we're covering some stuff that's going to be more mindset focused and stuff. And, this morning, I do live streams with my clients 3 times a week, mainly to like go over just like different stuff that's like, been affecting them as far as, here, let me move this just a little bit. Excuses people are making. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Last week we talked a lot about the heat and stuff, but like I said, with them today, we talked a lot about like excuses, specifically the excuse of not having enough time. If you guys saw my post about that, that's a very big excuse I see all the time. It's a bullshit excuse. It's very like, that excuse in general really it irritates me, because anyone who's ever gotten any fitness goals, you should take that as a slap to the face, because anyone who says that, it's basically saying, hey, my time is more valuable than yours because you waste your time focusing on exercise. That's a stupid fucking way to think, yet they struggle with being obese. It's a crazy mentality, but I hear it all the time. Like, I don't have time, like, do you think that I have time? Like, dude, I run a business, dude. Obviously, mine's like more centered around like fitness and stuff, but I'm still make time to like not only do my freaking regular fitness routine. I record content for you guys while I'm doing my fitness routine. You see what I'm saying? And I do it multiple times a day, so I don't want to hear no excuses. If I can do that, you definitely can fucking do it. I'm working 10 hours out of the day. That's not like me working out. Okay, I don't want to hear these bullshit excuses. And this is coming from a kid who literally most of his freaking, when I was growing up, my dad owned a freaking lawn care business. That's what I spent my summers doing. Okay, I know what it feels like to be tired. Sit here and say you don't have time or that you're too tired after work. It's bullcrap excuses that's keeping you fat. That's the reality. If you want to continue staying that way, you can keep telling yourself that same excuse, but it's also going to keep you fat. That's the reality, guys. And it may not be fun to hear, but that's what happens. That's why we're talking about excuses and why they are, not only are they holding it back, they are bullshit. They're bullshit. Every excuse you can name, guys. So, like, we'll go over, like, I have a list of literally, what we have. I have a list of 10 different excuses you've probably been making up this summer, right? And then we're going to cover them. We're going to break them down. We're going to make sure you guys don't continue to make these dumb-ass excuses because they're holding you back. And I love you guys too much to let that happen. For real. I'm not going to sit here and act like and be fake to you like a lot of your friends do about like stuff they see as a problem in your life that's causing you dysfunction in your life, but they don't want to say anything because they think it's either they're not their place or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, they aren't helping you when they do stuff like that, right? Because they're just enabling you to keep doing the wrong things, even though they know you're doing the wrong things. They'd rather be comfortable and not tell you that. All right, I'm not going to do that shit with you guys. I'm going to tell you straight up the reality of the situations. Here's why a lot of the excuses that I'm going to be going over here in a minute are bullshit, okay? So, first off, they shift blame, right? Instead of owning your own actions, you blame the heat, you blame the kids, you blame the trip, you blame your schedule, you blame work, you blame everything else except you. Okay, stop shifting the blame. This takes ownership of everything. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. It is your fault. That's the way I see it. It doesn't matter it doesn't even really matter in reality if it is your fault, right? Someone may have cut you off on the way to work and that's why you're late. Doesn't matter, you should have left 5 minutes earlier. That's what you could have done to prevent something like that. That's the way you have to view it. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in a victim mentality and you're just going to let shit stop you all the time. You're going to let other people affect your emotions and have that emotional control over you, and that means you're powerless, okay? Fuck that. The other reason, they mask poor priorities. All of these excuses. Time isn't the issue. Priority is an issue. Okay? Like, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, guys. You're just not prioritizing your fitness. That's the reality of the situation. Stop sitting here and saying you don't have time. You have time, make time. There's a reason everyone says that. Okay, we all live the same 24 hours in a day, and this is something that is so freaking important to your health and your day-to-day life and you being successful. There is no excuse for skipping this stuff, guys. I'm not saying you even have to do a lift every single day. I'm saying if you aren't focusing on your fitness every day in some way, shape, or form, whether that be diet, whether that be a 5-minute walk, whatever the case may be, if you're just completely throwing that to the wayside, bullshit excuse. It's bullshit. And someone's going to tell you, I'm not going to sit here and let you be on my page and watch my stuff and not hear me say that stuff. That's ridiculous. Because that's what I'm here. That's what I'm all fucking about, right? They build a cycle of soft behavior. Each one of these excuses do. Every time you justify an inaction, you reinforce it. You reinforce the idea that quitting is okay, and it's not. It's exactly what's going to keep you left behind. Temporary problems with permanent consequences. Missing one workout doesn't ruin you, but missing 30 because it's summertime rewrites your whole freaking identity, and then you're wondering, oh, why is it so hard for me to get back on track? I had my shit down last year. Yeah, well, guess what? You're a whole different person now because you let your identity slip. You're no longer a fit person, dude. Sorry, you wanted to have fun this summer. That's what you sacrificed for fun this summer. You sacrificed your whole identity as being a fit person. And now you got a fucking dad bod, and you're sitting here wondering, oh, how can I get rid of this thing? I need to do what I was doing last year. Like, no, you fucking don't. You need to reprioritize what the hell's going on right now. Stop making excuses for yourself, right? They make restarting harder. Each excuse you make makes restarting harder because, again, you're reinforcing the idea that quitting is okay. It's not okay. It's not freaking okay. I see so many people say, like, dude, it's not that deep, or like, dude, it's not that serious. Like, yeah, because you're probably a fat bitch. Straight up. That's the reality of the situation. I'm sure it's not that important to you. That's why you're a fat tubby dude. Okay? I don't want your life. I don't think anyone does. Who wants your opinion on it? Right? Like, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever hear in my life is like, why would you ever consider, like, even think that this wouldn't help you in every aspect of your life? And you know damn well it does. People have been telling you since you were in PE in 3rd grade how fitness is going to help you. You literally had to take it to be able to pass high school. You think it's not important for your life? You're crazy, dude. That's why you're stuck. That's why these people are stuck in lifestyles. And of course, they're commenting on freaking TikTok and YouTube comments because they got nothing better to do with their lives. But hey, I digress. It normalizes mediocrity. They lie to your future self. They feel good in the moment, but cost you long term. They break the identity you've been trying to build. All of these are reasons why excuses are fucking awful. Every excuse I'm about to cover here, and I promise you guys, a lot of you guys have probably been making these excuses all summer long. If I list one of those excuses out, you got to cut that shit off now. I'm about to sneeze. I was trying to be serious as long as I could, and then I felt the sneeze come on. Oh, no, it's not going to come. All right, whatever. It'll come when it comes. Nope. Okay. Woo, my eyes watered, though. Anyways, what are these bullshit excuses I'm yapping about, huh? Well, let's start with the obvious, right? How about it's too fucking hot outside? Stupid ass excuse. Who gives a shit? Guys, I grew up fucking playing football in the summertime. I don't care how hot you think it is outside. You don't know heat, bro. You don't know heat. Literally this summer, I had my freaking AC go out for 3 days straight. Inside my home, it was 93 degrees inside my home. You don't know heat, chief. You don't know heat. Okay? If that's such a big fucking deal, go work out inside like most gyms are. What excuse is that? Again, these are excuses I've seen in comments. All right? And seen in my comments. They're bullshit excuses. I made a point to write them down so we could do this live stream because these are the most ridiculous. I mean, how fucking... Dude, what kind of mindset do you have to do to be able to say some of these things? Like, it is crazy. And you don't call yourself out on it. It's crazy to me. Because I say it's crazy to me, but it makes complete sense why 70% of the population is fucking fat. I mean, that's why. That's the reality of the situation, guys. They keep making excuses like this because everyone thinks it's okay because everyone else is doing this stuff. And you forget that 70% of the population is overweight, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. I guess I want to be like 70% of the population and be an overweight person. Maybe I should listen to them. That's crazy. That's a crazy way to think. It's insane. Another big one I've heard, this one's fucking insane. I've got too many vacations. We shouldn't be talking if that's your excuse for why you can't work out. Me and you should never fucking be talking. You ain't about it. I think you're going to struggle for the rest of your life if that's your excuse. How spoiled do you have to be like, oh, I'm not going to focus on my health. I'm going to focus on going on more vacations. That's destroying my body. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? Guys, these are real comments. These are real comments I've seen in post, okay? It's insane to me. These are the craziest excuses. The kids are out of school. This one leans more towards reality, okay? Like, again, there's no excuse here. It's going to be good. At least this one has, like, I could see someone saying this, and they say it because they literally don't know what else to do, right? Whereas, like, oh, I've got too many vacations coming up. Like, motherfucker. Oh, that makes me just want to yell at somebody. It makes me want to yell at a bitch. That's crazy. That is crazy to say. But anyways, kids being out of school, right? Now, while I get that you may think that's a good excuse, guys, there's no excuse. There is no excuse that's going to be good enough for skipping on your fitness. It is your health. These are the things that are making you show up. For example, that your health is what's making you show up for your kids to take care of your kids. Don't downplay that shit. Okay? I know plenty of parents who can barely take care or barely even chase their kids around because they're so out of shape. Don't play around with that, because the last thing you want is for your kid to be doing something stupid, and then you can't even fucking go out there and chase them, make sure they don't get hurt because you're so out of shape. And I have seen that done, and I've heard kids almost getting hit by cars because of that exact situation. I don't want to hear any bullshit excuse. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, again, yeah, the kids may be out of school. That's fine. Take the kids for a fucking walk. They're going with you. Buy a kettlebell for the home. Start doing some bodyweight workouts at home. I don't give a fuck. Start making high protein meals so the kids can have some high protein and you can have some at the same time. Don't sit here and use your kids as an excuse. Okay? I understand where that might come from a little bit more. It may be coming from, literally, it might just be a sense of ignorance. You don't know what else to do, right? But don't use it as an excuse. It's not a good excuse. You letting your fitness down and using your kids as an excuse is literally saying that I would rather be at this less optimized version of myself to take care of my kids than the most optimized version of myself to take care of my kids. That makes no sense. That doesn't make a lick of sense. I get it might be comfortable. Sure, it could. And I completely understand. It could be comfortable, but it's not reality. And it's not going to help you take care of your kids more or help you have more energy to take care of your kids. That is what the diet and exercise is for. That is literally what that shit is for. Do not be delusional. Okay? Most of these excuses are based on delusions. Do not be that person. Be so stuck in again, this is the most honest fucking thing you'll do in your life, guys. Don't sit here and say, oh, it's not that serious, and then you don't have you have the body of a bag of milk and you're out here saying shit like that. Dude, come on. Like, I'm sure it's not. Yeah, of course, we can evidently see it's not that serious for you. Your body looks like shit. Yeah, no shit. You don't care that much about it. Right? You're in here commenting on other people's bodies on Instagram because you can't even stand to look at yours in the mirror. That's the kind of shit that it's literally, don't be that person. Like, literally, you're going to be that person if you don't do this shit. Don't be that person. I'm telling you. It gets you nowhere, and it literally leaves you a life filled with misery. Right? Summer's just too hectic. That's another excuse I get all the time, right? I get that summer may be hectic. Guess what? Life's hectic. And it's never not going to be hectic. I'm sure there's periods of your life where things go smoothly, but guess what? Every year, sometime in that year, something's going to hit the fucking fan. Okay? You better start learning how to deal with that instead of letting it run you over every single time, because that's just emotional volatility. You're letting emotional situations create an illicit emotional reaction out of you and then leave you without action. Like, why would you give your power up like that? You are giving up your power when you do that. You're giving up you're saying, quite literally, oh, the summer's so hectic, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm going to let that feeling keep me from living my life. That's stupid. I get that it's easier said than done, guys, but at the end of the day, you still need to tell yourself this in order to get past that. Otherwise, you're not getting past that. You guys understand? Yes, I understand what I'm saying. Maybe a little harsh, but if you don't say this stuff to yourself when it happens, you're never getting past it. You got to understand, you got to show up to the fucking gym. Right? I can give you the game plan of a century. You still got to show the fuck up and make it happen. Right? That's not just going to magically fall into your lap just because you got a pep talk from me. Are you crazy? Like, guys, again, a lot of this is based off of mindset and you just having to show the fuck up. It is that serious. This is your life. This is your health. Do not underestimate this shit. It'll bite you in the ass, and quite literally, it'll kill you. I've seen it happen. All right? I'm just trying to enjoy myself. Yeah, you're trying to enjoy yourself at like literally the lowest level possible you could be enjoying life at. Right? Not focusing on your fitness. And trust me, I've been there. I used to be a 300-pound guy. A lot of you guys forget that shit. Right? I know I'm a personal trainer now. I used to be a 300-pound fucking obese man. The reason I know just how bad this lifestyle is because I lived it for fucking 17 years. I do know it. Okay? That being said, I promise you, I don't care who sits there and tells you like, oh, I'm just trying to enjoy myself. Oh, like I just want to learn how to love my body. Oh, like, listen, at least I'll die happy and enjoying all this food. Like, no, shut the fuck. You don't know what you are saying. You don't know what the other side is like. I do. I promise you, don't ever lie to yourself like that again. You are keeping yourself from some of the best life ever because you would rather eat food. That is dumb. That is dumb. You're saying you're trying to enjoy yourself, and then at night you can't even go to sleep because you're so anxious and you have depression because you don't like how your life's going, and you're sitting here saying you're enjoying yourself because you get to eat a cupcake? That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. Don't be, again, delusion after delusion. You cannot be falling for these excuses, guys. Each one of these excuses, it doesn't matter how good an excuse it is, it's still an excuse keeping you from getting to where you want to be. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep falling for the same trick over and over and over again and then getting mad at yourself like that's going to do a damn thing? Or are you going to shut these excuses down when they come up? Right? There's so many of these same excuses that pop out. Like, there's so much going on right now. Summer's so crazy. I'll tighten up in the fall. You said that shit last year. How many of the times have I seen people say the same thing year after year after year after year after year? Next thing you know, it's 5 years later, you look exactly the fucking same. How does that not make you want to rip your fucking hair out? Like, how does that not make you feel crazy inside when you're sitting here trying to do something and not getting that done? Do you want to keep making that same mistake, or do you want to show up next year with a completely different body? That can happen if you would just lock in and stop letting these excuses take place. Because I promise you, it does not matter what the excuse is. It does not matter what's going on in your life right now. It does not matter if someone in your life literally died today. Exercise and focusing on your diet and focusing on your fitness is not something that is not going to help any of that. It will always help every situation you're in. Because what's the alternative? Let's say someone in your family passed away, someone you really cared about. Oh, the alternative is to not get a workout in and let them pass away? Oh, the alternative is to not get this anxious energy out of my body and just sit with it? Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. Don't sit here with this fucking psychology mindset that you heard, this psychology like lesson you got off of fucking TikTok and start talking all this shit about like, oh no, you need to sit with your emotions. No, you fucking don't. Too many people sit with their emotions all day fucking long, and that is exactly what's keeping them stuck because they're sitting there ruminating on their fucking thoughts. You guys don't know what rumination is? It's one of the #1 signs of depression. Don't tell people to go do that shit. Right? A lot of you guys don't even know what the fuck you're talking about with this stuff. And guys, this is coming from a dude who's been helping people do this for over a decade. You can sit here and act like I don't know what I'm talking about all day long. The reality is there are hundreds of people out there that I've helped, and it's very, very, very evident. Okay? This shit is so fucking insane that people will go out of their way to make up these crazy ass excuses just to be fat fucks. It's insane. It's insane. Right? And all day long, you'll see people in the comment section and doing all these different things because they don't like it. They don't like seeing other people outshine them. Straight up. Guys, I'm going to be straight up with you. There are going to be a lot of friends and family. If you get into a fitness journey, they're not going to support you the way you think they're going to support you. Why? Because every time you go to the gym, every time you post a story of you in the gym, every time you post that high protein meal, you're shining a light on them that's saying, hey, you're not doing that shit. And they know they need to be doing that shit. Right? Every person knows they need to be doing this shit. But they aren't. And I promise you guys, there's going to come August. This happens to me every year. Again, I've been doing this for over a decade, fam. The reason I know this to be the case is because the past 10 years, it's evident every year. The same shit pops up every single fucking year. Every year. And every year, right around the end of August, you just watch and wait. right around the end of August, people start getting back into school. Everyone starts getting back into the routine. Kids start getting back into school. Parents start, getting those kids out of their hair, and they start having a little bit more time, start getting focused again, and you start looking at all the fucking damage you did this summer. Oh boy, it's going to be fucking awful. It's going to be mayhem. People are going to be like, oh, look at me. I cannot wait. It's going to be so much like, oh yeah, I'm going to be ready for freaking, or it's going to be wintertime lockdown. I'm going to get my results this winter. I'm going to be fucking shredded this winter, blah, blah, blah. Every year I see people post about it for about a week, and none of those people make it to the end of the year. They're all about posting all that shit online and not following through with any of that shit. Why? All the excuses we just fucking labeled off. It all is year round. Guys, do you think that your kids are going to stop being chaotic just because school started? Guys, do you think that like you're going to stop working 12-hour shifts? Do you think it's going to stop being uncomfortable? It's just going to go from being hot to being too cold, and then you're going to make the same excuse again. Okay? The point here I'm trying to make is it doesn't matter what fucking excuse you make. An excuse is an excuse, and that excuse is keeping you from being where the fuck you want to be. And if you let that hold you back and you keep letting that hold you back, I promise you will never see a fucking ounce towards our progress in your fucking life. Mainly just because you're not committing. You're not making sacrifices. You're making excuses. And that's exactly what keeps people stuck. So if you're tired of that shit, make sure you check through these and make a checklist. Am I making any of these excuses? I'm out here yelling at you guys. Got me sweating. It's also hot as shit. Very hot. I think we have an extreme heat warning, as my phone says. But anyways, you guys get the point I'm trying to make here. You guys know that you're not supposed to be making excuses. Then stop fucking making them. I don't care what the excuse is. You can make all the excuses in the world. At the end of the day, it's keeping you from being where you want to be. So make that decision today. Where do you want to go? Or do you want to stay in the same spot for the rest of your fucking life and die this way? Because that's what's going to happen. You can sit here and act like, oh no, he's just being too, blah, blah, blah. Guys, you can say what you want. I've been doing this for 10 years. I know I've been doing this long enough to know that like most of what other people are going to be saying online are just a bunch of people who have never even touched this shit. Okay? I promise you, if we cannot stifle these excuses, you're going to stay in the same spot by next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that. And eventually, until some point, it kills you. And yeah, that does happen, guys. Again, I've been doing this too long. It happens. It's a very real thing. I fucking hate seeing it. It's an awful thing to have to go through. And unfortunately, in this business, I've had to go through it a few different times. Simply because people don't focus on their shit. Focus on your shit. Okay? I'm very serious when I say this. Stop making excuses. Get the fuck after it. I love you guys. That's all we got for you guys today. I'll be live later this week with some more shit. I got some cool memes I want to drop for you guys. Some more content, some more vlogs. We're going to be doing another full body vlog tomorrow. I believe we're doing horizontal pull. So probably some heavy bent over rows, maybe some seal rows. I'm also thinking maybe just some, oh my God, I can't remember the term for it. Anyways, rows are probably going to be the main deviation tomorrow. So I'll see you guys on that one. Peace out.